Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Primrose. If you haven't been here before, then it's so good to meet you. And if you have been here before and you're already subscribed, then thank you so much for coming back. It's great to see you here again. So today what I'm going to be talking about is 8 different signs you can look out for if you think you might be a natural witch, or if you just want to know what these signs are of being a natural witch. So I just want to preface this video and say that if you don't show any of these signs, it doesn't mean that you have no capabilities for witchcraft at all. You can train your body and yourself to be a witch. You don't have to have any of these to be one, whether that's through witchcraft or Wicca. But these are some of the signs that you may see if you are a natural born witch, or maybe you're a hereditary witch, so it's something that's passed down through generations. So without further ado, let's get started with the video and let you guys know what you can be looking out for. So sign number 1 that you might be a natural born witch is that you are an empath and you have strong connections with healing and empathy towards others and animals, and you hate being in large crowds of people. So for those who don't know what being an empath is, it is sensing or feeling other people's emotions around you and their energies. So if you're in a massive crowd, empaths usually really hate this because it's like sensory overload. Like, I'm an empath, I pick up on people's feelings. I wouldn't say as far as their thoughts, but almost that far, as in I just get a feeling. And if I'm in a large crowd of people, it's so overwhelming because there's so much going on. It's complete sensory overload. And I also feel like I'm incredibly empathetic towards people, so I always try and see the good in people, and I'm always sympathetic to hear people's stories or backgrounds. And you know, if they've had a particularly upsetting background or history, then it makes me physically cry because I feel what they went through, you know? Highly emotional films, because it would just affect me too much. So anyone that knows me as a person, emotional abuse or emotional pain is what affects me the most. So you're probably a natural born witch if you pick up on the emotions. Sign number 2 that you might be a natural born witch is that you love the outdoors and nature. When you are a witch or a Wiccan, whatever spirituality belief you have, you almost feel like a connection with being outdoors. So from a young girl, I was always outside. My parents will always say that I was always out in my welly boots, and I just lived outside. You know, I remember gathering like leaves, and then my dad had a trailer in the back garden, and the part that covers the wheel, it had like a flat surface. I'd chop up all my leaves and things on there and create little spells and potions that did different things. Literally, like, ever since a young age, I've just been outside and in nature. And I have a strong belief that everything has a spirit, has a soul, has an energy. So being outside and feeling all of that and embracing all of that is what makes me connect to my craft the most. I believe that this is a strong sign that you have at least the potential to go into witchcraft or any kind of spiritual belief if you feel connected. Tip number 3 that you might be a naturally born witch is that you connect naturally with animals, and animals are naturally drawn to you. So again, if anyone that knows me knows that I did my degree in animal management, I have so much love for them, and maybe you're the same way too. The other day I went outside and it was absolutely chucking it down, so I had to run outside and close my greenhouse, and I was running back in and I had a crunch when I ran back in, and I knew what I'd done. I looked down and there was this snail, and I felt awful. I come in and I was almost in tears to Blake because I felt so horrific that I'd crushed this creature, and I felt like, I feel it now, like I feel so bad because it was purely an accident. So maybe you feel guilt from anything like that, you know, maybe you just are naturally drawn to animals. Maybe you have a cat or a dog at home, or a rabbit or anything like that, and you consider very close with them, you have a really good bond with them. Maybe they're your familiar and you haven't found out yet. You know, there's so many different avenues. Maybe you are interested in going down an animal care route as a job. Maybe you just feel like you've got a better connection with animals rather than people. We're just two souls interacting and connecting. I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you are a natural born witch or already on the witch path, then I'm sure you'll understand what I mean. Sign number 4 that you might be a natural born witch is that you're incredibly intuitive and you have strong gut or heart feelings. So in terms of myself, like when I'm around a specific person, if that person is bad or going to do something bad or has not got good intentions in what they're doing, I feel that, and it makes me completely suck into myself and withdraw. Like I just know, I just get a feeling in my stomach and my heart, and I'm just like, I don't want to be around this person because I can feel something's not not right. Like, I'll always get intuitions that something's off about this person. There's something not right here. And I think a lot of people can pick up on that as well. Maybe you have intuition about certain things, certain parts of your life, you know, maybe you just get the feeling like you're on the wrong path or you're on the right path as a little flip on that. You just get, it is literally just a gut feeling of, okay, this is this. And then when you follow through with your gut, you're always right. And that's what the intuition is. You just have this almost sixth sense about a certain outcome or a certain way about something. Sign number 5, you can dream about things that are going to happen before they actually do. Now, I don't get this very often, and I don't know if that's just because I don't remember my dreams that much. I've had situations where I'll be in a scenario in my life, so for real, like things will be playing out, like I'll be doing a certain thing or something will happen, and I'll be like, I've done this already. Didn't I do this last week? And I think that is maybe me dreaming that it's happened or dreaming something similar has happened. Or so sometimes I get it where I daydream because I'm very like head in the clouds kind of person. I'm much a dreamer. Sometimes I'll daydream about certain scenarios and I think they often replay in real life. Maybe things that might give you deja vu in your real life, anything like that is signs that you are connecting with something. You are opening yourself up to something and you are psychically aware and open to these things coming into your life. Sign number 6 is that you get specific vibes from people, and I've been trying to train myself into seeing auras, but I think a step down from that is getting a vibe from a person and feeling their energy. This kind of links into what I said about intuition, where you can be around somebody and you know they're bad or there's something not quite right there. It links very much to that. Maybe you're around people and I think you just feel like their energy, you know, you get a certain vibe from a person. You can tell when someone is in a negative mood or a positive mood or is being bitter or mean. There's always something like underlying under the surface, and I think the next step up for me in honing that would be to see people's auras. But maybe you're at the very first level where you being around certain people is almost like a trigger. This doesn't always mean in a negative way, but it could be in a positive way. So being around somebody could give you energy and, you know, make you feel alive again, you know, and then you also get your energy vampires. Being around somebody could make you feel completely drained, completely exhausted, you know. So there's the two ends of the spectrum there, but picking up on people's energies is a big one for me. Sign number 7 is that you might feel in yourself an internal energy or vibration. So I've always had it where I can almost feel an energy running through me. Scott Cunningham puts it perfectly in his book about centering energy to your fingertips. I think I spoke about this before, and centering energy into your hands. When doing rituals or witchcraft, you focus the energy into your hands, and when I do that, I feel, so my fingertips now, my whole palms, I can feel them tingling, and it's almost like a vibration, and I feel that throughout my body, so I can target that pretty much anywhere that I want to focus the energy to. I feel it usually and more strongly in my hands than anywhere else, but I've always felt such an energy through me, and maybe you have the same thing. Maybe, you know, you feel, I can't describe it other than a tingling or a vibrating, if it's that strong. It's like you feel it pulsating through you. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know if anyone else feels this that is already on this spirituality path, but for me, I've always had this. And sign number 8 that you may be a natural born witch is that you're a bit of a magpie. You like to collect crystals, stones, plants, anything like that. And when I say you like to collect them, you don't just have one crystal, one plant. You hoard and you collect, and it doesn't stop. And you find a pretty rock, and you have a number of pretty rocks that you have found from different locations, from where you've been. I am a sucker at the minute for feathers. I have found 2 feathers in the past 2 days, one in my garden, one at my parents' house. But things like that, I just can't help but not pick up. I'm a proper magpie and scavenger for things like that, and don't even get me started on plants and crystals, because if I get any more, I think I'm gonna be in big trouble with Blake. But a deep love for things like that, things that do have an energy about them, and you can't just leave it there. That is another sign that you might be a natural born witch. It's just in our nature, we can't help it. So that is all the signs that I have for you guys today. If you have related to any of these, then let me know down in the comments. If not, then again, don't worry. It doesn't mean that you can't be a witch. It doesn't mean that you can't be Wiccan or on that spiritual path, because you can learn these things. But if you have these signs and you are looking into a spiritual path, then maybe seeing this video right now is your sign to go for it, to take the leap, to research more into these signs and symptoms that you're having, because great things can only come of it. So that is the video. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed being here and listening to me today. If you would like to see more Wicca, witchcraft, spirituality themed videos, then give me a big thumbs up because it would mean the absolute world to me. I hope to see you here again for my next video. Bye!